Hey everybody, welcome back to our winter camping not like this though series. Today we're gonna wrap up Nevada with 3 additional locations for you. Talking about water, we're talking about Joshua trees, and we're right next to a state park that thrives in the winter. And just to remind you of the rules of this mini series is that number 1, they have to be personally verified, okay? And number 2, they have to have little to no winter season. And that's eventually gonna take us to 3 states: California, Nevada, and Arizona. However, large parts of these states still see sub-freezing temperatures, so we're gonna have to narrow it down even further to an area that we'll refer to as the winter fun zone. And you know exactly how we get down on this channel. None of these spots are gonna have camping fees. So let's put a bow on Nevada with our last 3 locations. Some would say we've saved the best for last, but I'm gonna let you guys decide, so let's get started. Valley of Fire State Park in the winter. Talk about elevating your experience. Valley of Fire is fire. It's hot for the majority of the year. From May through September, this park actually closes down the majority of its hikes. I mean, you'd be borderline crazy to be free camping out here in that kind of heat. You would need almost 24/7 AC to survive in something like that. Although the park's scenic roads aren't very long, they still find a way to transport you to an almost otherworldly scene. Endless amounts of windows, arches, and caves are in every sandstone mountainside. It's called Red Aztec Sandstone, and there's 40,000 acres of it here. By itself, it's beautiful, but combined with the gray limestone, it really grabs your attention.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We are at Valley of Fire on the Fire Wave hike. But look at it out here. This place is pretty awesome. Very unique. You can barely see it over there, but over there looks pretty awesome as well. Very busy for a Thanksgiving holiday. I guess when we live in Iowa, it's usually pretty chilly and
nobody thinks the outdoor
not
weather.
Much to do, so you're kind of indoors, so maybe this is normal out here, but for us Iowa folk, this is very busy for a holiday.
And if you decide to do one or more of their hikes, you'll get a chance to see something pretty special. You see, Valley of Fire has petroglyphs dating back more than 2,000 years. And a strange but natural water collection area called a tank. A quick visit to the always busy visitor center provides exhibits that explain the history of this park. So how can I camp in this area for free? Let me show you. But first, check this out. If we were only using this popular website, we would have no idea this location exists. Look right here. There's nothing here. Now, if we go to the secondary website that we use, then all of a sudden you see this spot. So it's not on one and it's on the other. This is a tip we've offered many times on this channel, and yet again, it comes true. Always use more than one resource when you're scouting a location, especially if you want to get the most out of it. And it's another reason why we keep track of all of our locations in great detail and we upload them to the Freesdom. Here's a location that we gave you in the last video that isn't on either of these sites that are extremely popular. See how important this is? I would not describe this area as having many spots, okay, maybe 10 to 15. And I'm talking about 10 to 15 that might fit a rig of our size, 30 foot. If I was you, I would want to have a backup plan just in case if I didn't like my options there or if it was full. This location is a little closer to the park. It's called See Ya Point Dispersed. They have a couple of good spots for a 30-foot rig, but the road is at a weird angle and slant, and it might be a little difficult for campers to get through. And the sites were smaller. So Valley of Fire West Dispersed is gonna be where your bigger rigs hang out. And for you long-term visitors and boondockers out there, here's a little bit of information that might be helpful to you. The state of Nevada has a $100 annual park pass. So this grants you access to the 27 state parks of Nevada. We were very curious if this allows you additional access to the facilities. So I reached out to the Nevada State Park System and they responded. They advised that this permit authorizes the holder to enter all parks in the system for 12 months without paying the entry fee, but that it does also grant you access to the shower facilities and the campground dump stations. So that's something to think about. You'd have access to 27 shower facilities, state parks, which could offer awesome camping and access to a dump station and fresh water, which is a big problem to solve in Nevada. Before we leave this area, we have to give these few places a quick shout. Rogers Spring.
Can you believe this is out in the desert?
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Look how clear it is.
So clear.
Located outside Valley of Fire State Park, this is an actual desert spring that flows right nearby. It's crystal clear and it's flowing right out of the mountainside. I mean, it's pretty sweet to see firsthand.
Found the source of Rogers Spring. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that water is. Coming right out of the stone. And right up there, that's where the witches live.
St. Thomas Ruins. Right across the street from Valley of Fire Highway is the road that you take to the St. Thomas Ruins trailhead.
What an interesting, cool little place this is. Right by where we're staying.
St. Thomas was an old Mormon settlement. It was purchased by the U.S. government and then abandoned as the waters of Lake Mead submerged the town in the 1930s. As the waters receded many years later, we now see what's left of the old town.
are getting ready to hit the Logandale trails today on our bikes. Now that I got my bike fixed, we're getting them charged up right over here behind me. We took off the bike rack right off the back of the open range. And that's what's so cool about this bike rack here, is that we can just transfer it right over here to this hitch without a hitch. Checking for the 360. We're gonna bring that with us today on the trails, just to give you guys a good look at these Logandale trails today. They should kind of resemble Hurricane Cliffs a little based on some of the YouTube videos we've seen, so it should be fun. We're gonna take you along just so you can get a good feel of what kind of desert life's like out here on Lake Mead.
Okay, Garmin. Logandale mountain bike trails.
What are the chances
Of it finding it?
Yeah,
Probably slim. She hates me.
not even a single guess. What do you think about that?
I give up.
Oh.
Northeast of the park is a town called Logandale. Once you're there, just follow the sign west out of town until you get to the trails.
We made it to the parking lot trail system. Right over here, looks like we got the start of the trail system, Jackrabbit. It's one of their easier loops, but there's several loops here. Start off on the easy one because we really have cruiser bikes, not necessarily mountain bikes, so we want to see what easy is actually to these people, and then work our way up from there.
Logandale Trails. There is so much biking and OHV out here, it's crazy. The tracks are super flowy and we had a blast out here. Now, it should be said that there was some dispersed camping out there at the Logandale Trails, but we never actually camped it. The couple times that we drove by, it was very crowded. It seemed like there might have been a family event there, but by all accounts, it doesn't seem like this place generally gets a lot of traffic, so I would just say that that was probably a one-off. Redstone Park. This is like a mini Valley of Fire State Park. This is the Redstone Dune Trail. This is just an easy loop and it gets you up close and hands-on with these stunning big reds. Now let's point out your dump station and your fresh water for this adventure. If you can time it right with your park admission, you can get your dump and fresh water taken care of inside the park with that entry fee. Now, if you cannot get that done that way, as we pointed out in our previous video, Echo Bay Dump Station, which is located just outside the park, right here, this is still gonna be your closest option for a free dump station. So next up, as we move away from Lake Mead, we have Lake Mojave. Just south of Lake Mead on Highway 95 is Searchlight, Nevada. Never heard of it? Yeah, us either. But this is the gateway to Lake Mojave. It's a very small town with a casino-style gas station and a Denny's. I mean, I wouldn't come to this area unless you were already stocked up from wherever you were coming from before. You can get gas and propane in town, but there is nothing for groceries, so come prepared. I'm gonna bring you two options for Searchlight, Nevada as far as camping locations. Now, I would not come out here and bank on either one of them working out 100%. They're not what you would call dispersed camping. Use one or the other as the backup as you head out into this area. And our first location in Searchlight is gonna be Wee Thump.
We're on Joshua Tree Highway,
We don't want to pull our new rig in a lot of places that we haven't been yet. So why we're walking down here is we just want to make sure there's plenty of room to turn around if we decide not to. And then number two, we just don't want to get the rig into something that we're going to regret. And we have done that before. We're walking back here. Let me show you where that rig is down there. We're going to go get that rig and we're going to come back here down this wee thump road. We just found a great little spot next to a bunch of Joshua trees.
We decided to move for Christmas, and I told Brian for this year I wanted Joshua trees for Christmas trees. Last year we had a big old cactus, this year we wanted a Joshua tree. Check this out.
Heading west out of Searchlight on Highway 164 or the Joshua Tree Highway, you'll find a little area tucked away amongst some rusty Americana and the Joshua trees. This place kind of reminded me of a movie set, and I swear it has more Joshua trees than the national park. There's an old wagon trail to hike right near camp, and biking along these dirt roads was nice, but the thing that we enjoyed the most out here was the scenery and how peaceful the whole area was. Next up, 6 Mile Cove.
We are on a Christmas Day scout mission, and we just found this little tiny hidden gem spot.
Yes, we did.
Look
at how awesome this is.
View. Holy crap. Is this not gorgeous?
Getting here is gonna take a little bit more effort. So you're gonna take Cottonwood Cove Road east out of town until you get to NPS 30. You'll pass 6 Mile Cove Cemetery on the right, and 6 Mile Cove Road is the very next left. This long gravel road takes you to 6 Mile Cove. It is washboarded in some areas, but overall it's in pretty good condition. You can totally roll down here in confidence though. It's a 2-lane passable road, and once you get to the end, there's a giant turnaround just in case if it's full, or if it's just not for you, you can turn around and head right back out. So as you're making your way down here, I hope you remember to bring activities for the water, hiking, biking, however you want to get down, because it takes a minute to get down here. And once you get down here and set up, you're just going to want to relax. By now you're wondering, where do I get my fresh water and where can I dump my tanks when I'm done visiting this awesome area? Well, the answer to that is Cottonwood Cove. This is a pay-for campground. As a crow flies, it's not that far from 6 Mile Cove, but as you can see, you gotta go all the way back out and then travel all the way back down to Cottonwood. So it's a little bit of a drive, but it's the only option in this area right now. You can get even more detail on 6 Mile Cove by going to our winter camping playlist on our channel and clicking on Prep for Success. So that's gonna do it for our Nevada portion of this series, where we've given you 8 winter camping locations for this awesome state. Now, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel by clicking here and selecting subscribe. We also love hearing from you, so please join the discussion below. I'm gonna start getting to work on our very next state for the next video. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.